Hi, this is Angelina Asante. Welcome to another episode of Southwest Florida Online News Podcast. Today, my guest is Sean Roberts. He is the founder of Amrak. Hi, Sean. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, before I met you, I never heard of Amrak and I didn't know what you did. Can you kind of give our listeners an idea of what you're doing?
Yes, so about 7 years ago, I created an anti-bullying organization called Amrak, which is karma spelled backwards. And that came from a situation where I was bullied by a gentleman that asked for help for a movie premiere. And so as a result of that, I created a film project called Karma First. And then as I was talking to a friend, he said, why don't you call it Amrak? And I said, what is that? He said, karma spelled backwards. And so from there, I ran with it, and I kept producing films with individuals who have been bullied to help them deal with the situation and to take the negative and turn it around to something positive. So as I kept producing films, I kept producing music videos as well. And then it just kept growing, and then I created a nonprofit from it. So what I do is I produce these films with a message to build up individuals who feel like they don't matter. So that's pretty much what I do, is basically build up individuals who've been torn down from different negative experiences in their life.
So something interesting that I know about you is that you use real people and you're always casting and you're based out of Central Florida. Can you kind of speak to that?
Yes, absolutely. So the way I produce my films, so I have individuals who have literally been bullied or hurt in some way, as well as they have an interest in acting. And then I have some individuals who are not actors, but, they experience things in real life and they want to make a difference. And so the reason why I do that is because I want people to get a real impact and a real feel on how individuals feel and what they're doing from the negative things that are happening to them. They're willing to sacrifice their pain to make a difference for someone else's life. So I want to portray that in our film projects, is that when you see that person acting, that person not acting, that person is really giving you an authentic experience. So it's very important, and I like to be different from most producers in that way. So I like to produce things to make it so real that you're like, you know what, that wasn't a movie, that was real life.
Well, I know you're working on a big project right now, and it's very exciting. You gave me some background on it. Can you kind of give the audience a little teaser about what that's about?
Yeah, absolutely. So films are focused on different individuals in life. That's where I get the stories from. My second film is called Pain Behind You. That's a little bit about domestic violence, and that was a little bit of my life of seeing my stepfather abuse my mother. And so I produced that project to help, other people heal from my pain, so to speak, as well as my mother's. And so we move forward to now, which is called My New Family. And this film is about a young girl being in a family where they do drugs. The father's a pedophile and so on and so forth. And so she's surrounded by these demons, family demons. And literally in the film, we have actors playing demons, being on the scene as the kid's life is, going forward around all this negativity. And so the kid is in an abusive situation. She's constantly bombarded by negativity and drugs and all the negative influence that comes with that. And so, but she has a guardian angel, and there's an actress that's playing the guardian angel there. But she has instruction from God, just like in life. She has instructions from God to protect, but she can't do anything because the person never asked for God's help. And so we're trying to show that in life that, we have free will, and that even though bad things happen in our life, if we ask God for help, He's willing to help us. And so that's what we're portraying in this particular project. And then the title of the film is called My New Family, simply because a lot of people feel like they don't have a family. So basically my projects create that family atmosphere, create that family that people may feel like they don't have. A lot of people feel alone. They feel like they don't have anyone. So I create that environment when I produce films. But back to the specifics of the project is we're showing what goes on in our day-to-day lives, where that there's dark spirits fighting for our souls, as well as, the good spirits. And it's up to us to make that decision on what side we want to be on. And so we literally show you that spiritual world. We show you the demons. We show you Satan. We show you God. We show you the guardians. We show you the burners. And what I mean by that, these are different levels within heaven and hell where that, we have a choice to either go which way, go left or go right. And so this project is helping people make that decision so they can see it fulfilled, that, it's real. It's not something that's made up, because if you look at life, it clearly shows that there's a lot of negativity. So if there's negativity, there's got to be something the opposite of that. And so you can call it whatever you want to call it. There is a higher power. And so that's what we're trying to get out to people, is to understand that there's a higher power, and you do have a choice, and you too can change your life even when bad things happen to you.
So now you are currently doing a casting call. How do people find out about auditioning for you?
We do a lot of it from social media, through people that I know in different walks of life, so to speak. We like to work with people that are wanting to be actors, that have been in the industry for a while, or newcomers, or just regular everyday people that just have a story to tell and they want to make a difference. So I do the casting calls through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we are, to answer your question, we are doing a casting call again, because I had wrote the film to be a short. We currently we're editing it, so we have a year of the film done. But I was talking to my editor, and he said, why don't we just give them the full feature, because I know you have more, written down. And I said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So now we're adding on the other pieces to the project. So we're looking to cast the bodybuilders for this big production, a big fight scene for the two levels, one for the one level of hell and the one level of heaven. So, yes.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing something that's involving so much of the community. And people do assume bullying just happens to kids. But the more I look at politicians and the news and everything else, bullying seems like it's everywhere.
Absolutely. And what it is that everyone keeps bullying other people simply. Let me backtrack on the statement. So people bully people for the simple fact that they're hurt. And so 2020 speaks for itself, that a lot of people are hurt. So therefore, they have to let that anger out on somebody. So that's the whole big mix-up that the world is in right now, is that, oh, you're a Democrat, oh, I'm a Republican, oh, you're gay, I'm straight, I'm this, I'm that. Instead of focusing on the individual just being human.
Right.
What happened to the simple fact of just loving on people? I may not agree with your lifestyle. I may not agree with you, period. But what happened to respect? And that's what we lost. And so we have to bring that back, where we show respect. Let's listen to each other, and let's stop pushing things in people's faces, just because they don't agree with you. I don't, you may want to wear green today, but I want to wear blue. Is that wrong that I want to wear blue and you want to wear green? That's what you choose to wear, and that's it. And we have to bring that back, and that's what I'm doing with my projects. I'm just bringing back common sense, community, and God, pretty much. And once those structures are gone, you get what we got last year and still this year.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is say, we don't have to look to politicians and so on and so forth to make a change. We, the people, can make the change.
I love that. And what is your address, your web address, and information if people want to get a hold of you or check your stuff out?
Sure. It's Amrak, AMRAK, anti-ANTI, bully, BULLY.org. You can go there. You can actually email me. I'll respond, as well as Facebook. It's under Sean Roberts. We have Amrak. We're on Instagram as well. And that's and we also have TikTok. So TikTok is the new thing. So it's Sean Roberts 542. Well, the at sign before Sean Roberts 542, as well as Instagram Sean Roberts. We're all over social media, and we're all out there just getting the word out. TV, radio, podcast, you name it. It's about the message. It's about getting people to come together. We want people from all walks of life. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Republican, non-Republican, conservative, liberal. It really doesn't matter. Let's just get back to the components of living and being human.
Right. I love it. You're absolutely on target with that. I want to thank you. Good luck with all of your endeavors, and I hope that you have continued success. I totally see this happening with a public school program. I mean, this is definitely a message everybody can get on board with. And I'm going to put all your contact information in the show notes. But Sean, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to meet with me today, and best of luck to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on your podcast to get the message out there. And so it takes people like you to want to help, and we welcome this. And I'm appreciative that you want to make a difference. So thank you for joining the journey with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad we could team up. This is this week's episode, Southwest Florida Online News. I'm Angelina Asante.